From grainy parking lots in Cuba, where a man resembling Tupac is seen laughing and talking with fans, to that viral clip from a 2014 Celtics game, it's been nearly 30 years since his death. Yet many still refuse to believe he's gone. Here are some of the most talked about videos that fans claim prove Tupac never really left. The Cuba parking lot video. Our first stop takes us to the sunny streets of Cuba, home to one of the most infamous clips in Tupac conspiracy history. The blurry footage appears to show Tupac casually hanging out in a parking lot, chatting with locals, and even signing autographs like it's just another day.
I just been chilling right here in Cuba. Life has been good.
The footage itself is ridiculously grainy, like something shot on an early 2000s camcorder that could barely hold focus. It pans across a few heads before locking onto a guy who looks uncannily like Tupac Shakur. Same lean build, sharp cheekbones, that signature goatee, all the features that define Pac's look in the mid-90 seconds. At one point, the man glances directly at the camera and says phrases like "holler back," straight out of Pac's signature street slang. But here's where it gets interesting. Why Cuba, though? Conspiracy theorists say that's no coincidence. They believe Tupac fled there to reunite with his aunt, Assata Shakur, the Black Panther activist who escaped U.S. custody in 1979 and has lived in political asylum in Cuba ever since. According to this theory, the connection runs deeper than family. It's political, making Cuba the perfect place for someone like Pac to disappear and stay off the grid. What really set this theory off was when the video surfaced. The clip started making noise right after Treach from Naughty by Nature mentioned in a 2010 interview that he'd seen Tupac in Cuba. Suddenly, this once niche footage exploded online, with fans and blogs tearing it apart frame by frame. Believers pointed out the man's energy, facial structure, and voice as near-identical matches to Tupac. Some even claimed voice analysis lined up eerily close. Skeptics, though, weren't buying it. They noted the glaring absence of Pac's iconic tattoos, especially his Thug Life ink, and argued the poor quality conveniently hides those details. To them, it's either a look-alike cashing in on the resemblance or edited footage meant to keep the myth alive. The Suge Knight Cuba video. Next up is another infamous clip, a supposed sighting of Tupac chilling with Suge Knight in Cuba. This YouTube video, boasting millions of views, allegedly shows Pac joking and talking with Knight during a 2004 trip. The footage mostly captures the back and side of a man's head, but fans swear the gestures and laughter are pure Tupac. Still, no visible tattoos again, and that's where the debate splits. Some insist it's a stand-in or cleverly doctored material. Others point to Suge Knight himself, who fueled the rumors in a 2014 interview with Ice-T, hinting that Pac never really died. That one statement sent the internet spiraling, with theories claiming Knight helped Pac stage his death, maybe even flying him out of the hospital via helicopter to escape the deadly East-West rap war. A 2012 YouTube upload titled "Tupac is Alive, Never Before Seen" video from 2004 racked up millions of views as fans dissected every frame for proof their hero was still alive. Critics, though, called it out for being ambiguous and suspiciously edited. No clear facial shots, no verifiable source, no hard evidence, even a following scented in there. 2020 documentary Tupac, The Great Escape from UMC explored the same claims but ultimately found nothing solid. Fast forward to today, and those clips are still circulating on TikTok and Facebook, though many have now been blended with obvious AI-generated fakes. Forensic experts have repeatedly debunked them as low-effort edits designed to go viral and farm engagement. The New Orleans bar photos. Then came 2009 and a whole new wave of chaos. TMZ published a set of photos allegedly showing Tupac sitting at a bar on New Orleans' famous Bourbon Street. The man in the pictures shared Pac's face shape, expressions, and signature style, sending fans into a frenzy. For weeks, the culture debated whether the images were genuine proof or just another uncanny look-alike caught in the right lighting. Either way, one thing's clear. Decades after his death, the mystery of Tupac's afterlife refuses to die.
Alright guys, so these are the pictures TMZ says they took of Pac back in 2009 when they said he was at a bar in New Orleans.
These weren't your typical grainy, zoomed-in shots taken on some shaky flip phone from across the room. These were surprisingly clear photos, showing a man with sharp cheekbones, a neatly trimmed goatee, and an uncanny resemblance to what an older Tupac might look like if he'd spent years living quietly off the grid. In the pictures, he looks completely at ease, relaxed, laughing, and seemingly unaware of being photographed, just another night out at Bourbon Rock's bar in New Orleans. TMZ, never one to pass up a viral headline, ran the story under the banner "Tupac is Alive" and dropped several more photos to fuel the fire. According to their report, the bar's DJ, a guy named MC Difficult, even hyped up the moment by announcing Tupac in the building, sending the whole crowd into wild cheers. The photos instantly blew up across hip-hop blogs, forums, and social media. Fans from all corners of the culture dissected every pixel like forensic experts. People zoomed in on facial details, comparing them side by side with old Tupac photos. One particular detail that drove fans crazy was a small mark on the man's scalp that looked identical to one Pac was known to have. But before long, reality hit. TMZ later updated the story, admitting the man was most likely just an incredibly convincing lookalike. Independent sleuths eventually identified him as a local New Orleans resident named William, not Tupac Shakur. When you compared the two closely, there were clear differences. Ear shape, height, and overall build didn't quite line up. Even after being debunked, those photos refused to die. They keep resurfacing every few years whenever talk of Tupac's survival catches fire again. In 2025, the same images made rounds on Facebook and Instagram, with users still pointing to that scalp mark as proof while arguing in the comments. Interestingly, AI-based photo analysis confirmed the images were authentic and unedited, but that only proved they captured a real person, not a resurrected rap legend. The Sweden rapping video. Next, we head all the way to Sweden, where in 2012, a strange video started spreading across YouTube and conspiracy forums. The clip shows a man who looks a lot like Tupac performing on a small stage, rapping confidently in English, and commanding the mic like a seasoned pro. Interview. It's supposedly Tupac in 2012. He's reportedly living in Sweden and has schizophrenia.
It's supposedly Tupac in 2012. He's reportedly living in Sweden and has schizophrenia.
What makes this particular sighting so fascinating is the context surrounding it. Sweden might sound like a random, even improbable place for Tupac to pop up if he were really alive, but that's exactly why theorists find it so compelling. They argue that Sweden would be the perfect low-profile spot for someone trying to live quietly while testing the waters to see if they could still perform without drawing too much attention. According to this theory, if Tupac still had that unshakable urge to create and perform the same energy that fueled his entire career, he might choose a small European venue, somewhere he could reconnect with the music, away from the eyes of the US media and anyone who might recognize him. The performer in the video bears a striking resemblance, similar cheekbones, a goatee, and that familiar confident stance. The way he holds the mic, works the stage, and connects with the small crowd sparked endless YouTube debates, with fans analyzing every second, like detectives. Supporters of the theory insist the physical similarities are just too on point, down to facial expressions and hand movements. They claim you just can't fake, but the performance itself raises questions that even die-hard believers can't ignore. Critics quickly pointed out that the rapper's flow lacked Tupac's trademark fire, the passion, the storytelling, the raw power that made Pac one of the greatest to ever touch a mic. His delivery, while capable, just didn't hit with that same force. And once again, the absence of visible tattoos became a major red flag. When the clip hit YouTube, it spread fast across Reddit's r/Tupac forum, sparking hundreds of heated debates. Some argued that if this was Tupac, he might have deliberately toned down his energy to keep from being recognized, or that years away from fame and music had naturally changed his style. Others believed age and time would have mellowed his delivery, giving the performance a more subdued feel. The Boston Celtics game footage. Sometimes, the wildest sightings don't happen in dark alleys or hidden clubs. They happen right in front of everyone. And that's exactly what went down on March 5, 2014, during a Boston Celtics versus Golden State Warriors game at TD Garden. In a packed arena filled with thousands of fans and broadcast live to millions watching at home, something completely unexpected happened that would soon ignite one of the most viral Tupac conspiracy moments of the decade.
When they say, what are they chanting? They're chanting, "Let's go Tupac," because Tupac was apparently at the game.
Arena cameras caught a man sitting courtside who bore an uncanny resemblance to Tupac Shakur, complete with the signature nose stud, bandana, and goatee that instantly set off alarm bells across the culture. The moment his face flashed on the massive jumbotron, the entire crowd went crazy. Fans began chanting "Tupac, Tupac," turning what had been a dull Celtics blowout into a surreal moment of viral history. Multiple cameras captured the scene from different angles, and within hours, the clips were everywhere on YouTube, sports blogs, and social media feeds across the globe. Outlets like Boston Magazine, NESN, CBS Boston, and Larry Brown Sports all jumped on the story, publishing breakdowns and video replays of what many dubbed the Celtics Tupac sighting. For conspiracy theorists, This wasn't just a funny courtside coincidence, it was proof that Tupac was alive and living quietly among regular people. Some even claimed he was testing how easily he could blend in, attending a public event tied to one of his known passions, basketball. Pac often spoke about his love for hoops in interviews and lyrics. The man on screen smiled awkwardly as the crowd roared, not confirming or denying the chants, just sitting there, seemingly amused by all the chaos around him. Theorists dissected that reaction endlessly, arguing that his calm demeanor was exactly how someone used to fame might respond. But soon, the truth surfaced. Reporters and local fans quickly identified him as a Boston resident, a well-known Tupac lookalike who was a regular at TD Garden. Friends confirmed he wasn't the legendary rapper, just someone who enjoyed the uncanny resemblance and attention that came with it. Without tattoos matching Tupac's iconic ink and no vocal evidence to back it up, the theory was dead in the water. The BET Awards photo. Just a few months later, the internet was buzzing again, this time from the heart of the entertainment industry itself. On the 29th of June 2014, Snoop Dogg posted a photo from the BET Awards that threw conspiracy circles into overdrive. The image showed a man sitting directly in front of Snoop, rocking a bandana and nose stud features that instantly reminded fans of Tupac. The angle of the shot emphasized the man's cheekbones and eyes, sparking immediate speculation across Instagram, Twitter, and every hip-hop forum that still keeps Pac's name alive. This one hit especially hard because of Snoop's history with Tupac. Their friendship and musical collaborations, especially two of America's most wanted, are etched in hip-hop legend. For theorists, the idea that Pac might show up at an event where Snoop was present felt poetic, almost symbolic, like a quiet reunion between old friends. But Snoop himself never addressed the speculation. BET's official coverage of the event also made no mention of any mysterious guest. Eventually, investigators identified the man as just another attendee, a regular guy whose resemblance to Tupac happened to catch the camera at the perfect angle. The lack of comment from both Snoop and BET pretty much sealed it. Another case of mistaken identity, not resurrection. The California photo with Rihanna. Then came 2015, and with it, one of the most obviously fake yet wildly viral sightings of all time. A photo started circulating online, showing Tupac supposedly hanging out with Rihanna at a California bar, drinks in hand, laughing like old friends. The image exploded across Instagram, Pinterest, and gossip blogs, quickly racking up millions of shares. For many younger fans who discovered Tupac through streaming and YouTube, the idea of him casually vibing with Rihanna felt oddly believable in a world where anything digital can be faked. And in a sense, the pairing made emotional sense. Rihanna's long-documented admiration for Tupac runs deep. She's spoken openly about his influence, even tattooing thug life on her body in tribute. But the photo didn't hold up under scrutiny. It was quickly exposed as a sloppy Photoshop composite, a 1,990 seconds photo of Tupac edited together with a more recent image of Rihanna. The lighting, shadows, and texture mismatches were obvious to anyone who took a closer look. Outlets like Vogue and BET confirmed it was a hoax, though they did highlight Rihanna's genuine tributes to the rapper over the years. By 2023, the photo had become a meme routinely called out on TikTok by users exposing fake celebrity content. Yet, like all good conspiracy material, it refuses to die, still popping up whenever discussions about Tupac's survival flare up online. The Malaysia, video, and photos. Then came October 2018, the moment that reignited the entire conversation on a global scale. Suge Knight Jr., the son of Death Row Records co-founder Suge Knight, posted a series of Instagram photos and videos claiming to show Tupac alive and living comfortably in Malaysia. The internet absolutely exploded.
Suge Knight's son is bringing this one back to life. Tupac Shakur didn't actually die in '96 and is still alive and well. Suge Jr. has been posting images of Tupac posing with celebs, saying that the rapper lives in Malaysia now and the Illuminati knows all about it.
The posts were nothing short of wild, bold, cryptic, and dripping with the kind of mystery that instantly sets the internet on fire. Suge Knight Jr.'s videos and photos appeared to show a middle-aged man casually hanging out with modern celebrities like Beyoncé and 50 Cent, accompanied by captions such as, "He never left us." The clips showed this mysterious figure from multiple angles, moving naturally, laughing, and posing for pictures enough to make even skeptics pause for a second. Then, Knight Jr. took things further, posting videos of himself being followed through the streets, suggesting that he was being threatened for telling the truth. The internet went into meltdown. Within hours, major outlets like Esquire, Global News, XXL Magazine, and Hip Hop DX picked up the story, giving it mainstream coverage far beyond the usual corners of conspiracy forums. What made it especially explosive was who it came from. Not some random fan, but the son of Suge Knight, Tupac's former business partner, and one of the last people to see him alive. That connection gave the claims a sense of insider legitimacy that no previous Tupac sighting had ever carried. But soon, the story began to unravel. Knight Jr. started backtracking, shifting his narrative in real time. In one post, he claimed Tupac was alive and living in Malaysia. In another, he said Pac was dead but still releasing music. Those contradictions tore apart any credibility his claims had left. Forensic experts quickly dissected the photos and videos, pointing out clear signs of manipulation, mismatched lighting, digital artifacts, and angles deliberately hiding the man's face. XXL even published a detailed breakdown showing inconsistencies that strongly suggested post-production editing. In short, it was a digital illusion, not a resurrection. The Brooklyn lobby video. Fast forward to October 2025. A new clip surfaces on Facebook claiming to show Machiavelli, Tupac's famous alias, strolling through a housing project lobby in East New York. The man in the video bore familiar features: the defined cheekbones, the goatee, the swagger. And this time, the footage wasn't grainy. It looked modern, crisp, almost cinematic. But that clarity was exactly what made experts suspicious. The timing lined up with several rappers dropping cryptic lyrics about Tupac still being around, suggesting this might be part of a coordinated viral stunt or even a promo hoax. As the video gained millions of views on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, tech analysts began to weigh in, and their verdict was almost unanimous: AI generated. In recent years, deepfake technology has advanced to the point where anyone with a mid-range laptop can create shockingly realistic fake videos. Viewers began pointing out tiny details, unnatural blinking, inconsistent shadows, all telltale signs of synthetic media. For believers, the improved video quality was proof of authenticity, but for experts, it was proof of evolution, how far these digital hoaxes had come. The Brooklyn lobby video wasn't remarkable because it was convincing. It was remarkable because it marked the next phase in Tupac conspiracy culture, one driven not by grainy VHS tapes, but by advanced AI manipulation. No credible verification has surfaced, no witnesses have come forward, and yet the video continues to circulate, fueling the endless online debate that keeps Tupac's legend alive nearly 30 years after his death. The outlaw's ghostly image. Our final stop isn't a street sighting or paparazzi clip, it's something far more personal. In 2017, Tupac's former group, The Outlaws, dropped a music video that sent chills through longtime fans. Hidden in the background of one shot, eagle-eyed viewers noticed what appeared to be a faint, translucent face, one that looked eerily like Tupac himself. The discovery spread like wildfire. Screenshots flooded Reddit, YouTube, and Twitter, with fans zooming in and swearing they could see his eyes, cheekbones, and goatee emerging through the haze. For believers, this wasn't an accident, it was a message. The Outlaws weren't just another rap group, they were Pac's protégés, his brothers in arms. To conspiracy theorists, the idea that his image appeared in their video wasn't random. Some saw it as a sign that Tupac was secretly involved in the project. Others took it as something spiritual, a symbolic visitation from beyond. Media outlets like The Sun and Metro documented the phenomenon, noting how fans were both spooked and emotionally moved by the resemblance. Still, when analysts looked closer, they found no signs of digital editing, just a trick of light and shadow. Psychologists called it pareidolia, our human tendency to see familiar faces in random patterns. Years later, following the 2020 passing of Outlaws member Young Noble, the clip resurfaced, but this time, fans weren't talking about conspiracies. Instead, they saw it as something poetic, a visual reminder of the bond that still connects the group to Tupac's spirit and legacy. Even decades after his death, Tupac Shakur remains more than just a memory. He's a cultural ghost, one that lives through stories, sightings, songs, and now, even through pixels and AI. Each appearance, real or fake, keeps his myth alive, proof that while the man may be gone, the legend of Tupac never truly left us. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click one of the boxes on your screen to explore more stories like this one.